Thinking of moving to Germany, you probably heard all about the great job opportunities, world-class education, and efficient public transport. But let me tell you, there are some things I wish someone had warned me about before I packed my bags. Today, I'm sharing 5 hard-hitting truths about living in Germany that could save you from frustration. So let's dive in. Point number 1 is cash is still king. Now, believe it or not, many supermarkets, even restaurants, still prefer cash. I know some of you are thinking, but how? This is 2025. How is that even possible? Well, newsflash. Welcome to Germany. It is very, very possible. Now, in the big cities, of course, it's way better because, of course, they are more advanced and you can pay with card or whatever, or Apple Pay and all those kind of things. But in the smaller cities, many of them still prefer cash. Some of them will not even accept card at all. So before you start going on a shopping spree and buying everything and, just living large, make sure you ask them, do you accept card before you start buying everything? So my honest advice for you is endeavor to always carry cash whenever you're in Germany. Always carry cash. It will save you a lot of embarrassment. Point number 2 is punctuality is everything. Now there's a popular saying in Germany that if you arrive on time, you are already late. And this is engraved into the fabric of their society, that they view showing up to a meeting, date, or any function as being very disrespectful, rude, and unprofessional. And this has even cost me some opportunities in Germany. In Nigeria now, we have this thing called African time. When someone gives an appointment for 10, most times you can show up like, maybe 10:05, 10:10, 10:15. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. No one is going to kill you. Unfortunately, I came here with this mentality. As a new guy now, fresh guy from Nigeria, I didn't really know too much about Germany. So someone gave me an appointment for 9 a.m. in the morning. Of course, to no fault of my own, I got there like 10 minutes past 9. Best believe they've given the job to someone else. And it wasn't my fault. The train actually came late, and that was why I got there late. But the person said, yeah, sorry, you should have called me. Sorry, you came late. I gave the job to someone else. That was the first awakening moment for me. When I got to Germany, I was like, okay. Then I told a friend of mine, he was like, oh, in Germany, if you are on time, you are already late. You are already late. I was like, whoa. They don't really play with time. Another example is when I was in school, we used to organize this Afro party for students. So, of course, we try to include as many people as possible, Europeans, Africans, Asians. Everyone was invited to the party. So we know the party was for 10 p.m. to guess who showed up on time? Yeah, of course, you guessed right. The Germans. They were there by 9:55. I'm telling you, we organized the party as African students, we were thinking, of course, people will come maybe like 12 because we said the party was for 10 p.m. So we're expecting people to come there like 11, 11:30, 12. Not the Germans. They were there by 9:55. I was like, whoa, this is a party. They're like, yeah, you said the party is for 10. So, and this is how they are. They are so time conscious. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling you. So my honest advice for you is if you have an appointment for a certain time, make sure that you get there 15 minutes before. Make sure you plan yourself. Even if the train is telling you that you will get there 5 minutes before. Of course, the train is fairly reliable, but don't bet your money on the train because sometimes they might disappoint. So my advice is plan yourself in such a way that you get there at least 15 minutes before the time that you were given. Trust me, they will respect you more. I'm telling you. Now, point number 3 is renting is a nightmare. I mean, I'm not even going to lie. I've said this before. Cities like, Berlin, Munich, Frankfurt, all those big cities, accommodation is a massive problem for international students. And on top of that, the landlords, they ask for a lot of documents that we are non-Westerners, we are not used to this document. For example, they ask for Schufa. Schufa is simply like your credit score. So this is the document that shows how good you are with bills. Do you pay your bills on time? Do you have any debt pending? Your Schufa will show this. So they ask for your very recent Schufa. Like I said, Schufa means credit score. Some of them ask for your pay slip. Maybe they ask for 3-month pay slip to show that you actually have a stable job. Some will go as far as asking for your bank statement or your job contract. So for international students, this can be stressful for us because some of us don't even have, maybe a stable job. And if you're not prepared for this document, or if you don't have this document prepared, you might be frustrating. And I understand it because it happened to me too. So my honest advice is when you're coming to Germany, look for a VG. VG is like, a shared apartment. Of course, those houses are not always in the best conditions, but those houses are very easier to get for people because they don't really have too many documentations. That's why it's easy. When I got to Germany initially, I stayed in a room with two different guys. So we were three in one single room, and we found a way to make it work. So, of course, it wasn't the best condition, but at least I had a roof over my head. And that was how I started before I started to like move upwards. And so, it's not the end of the world. You can also find people that are willing to share apartment with you. Like I said, it's not going to be the best condition, but it's better than nothing. Point number 4 is discrimination exists. Now, this is the elephant in the room that nobody likes to talk about because of, we have a very sensitive society now. So everyone is trying to, be careful of what they say. But you guys know me on this channel. I try to keep it as real as possible with you guys. Truth of the matter is, in Germany, discrimination exists. That's the honest truth. And I don't know if it's a human nature or probably it's just social programming. But there's something about humans that we just naturally, subconsciously like to just judge people. People see you and they just judge you, maybe due to stereotypes or whatever, but it happens. I do it too, so I'm not going to come here and act like a saint. So I'm not going to be surprised if people also, have a perception about me. And I know that is wrong. I know that it's not the best, but I'm just being honest. And I know Germany is trying, they are trying to be a progressive society that has this inclusivity, and they try their best to preach this message, this DEI, diversity, equality and inclusivity, which is good. I love it. But the truth of the matter is there are still people that have this biased mind, especially to foreigners. And that's just the reality. It's even as bad to the point where whenever I'm on the train, this is just my own reality. Whenever I'm on the train, I'm subconsciously looking for someone that looks like me. And the funny thing is, once I see the person and the person is also like we lock eyes, there's this subconscious message that we're passing each other like, yeah, I see you and I know you see me too. So, and that message is that if anything's about to go down here, yeah, I got you and you got me. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, as long as we look the same. That message is subconsciously passed just by eye contact. Like, we already know. And this is just a reality. This is just the truth. And this is something that you're also going to experience when you come to Germany. It's the truth. So it's better you know it now than come here with this false reality. Of course, I preach that we, a society that we should be more inclusive, more accepting of others. Absolutely. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just telling you the honest truth. Discrimination exists in Germany. And people are going to discriminate against you. Companies even discriminate against you. They don't even employ you because you're a foreigner. That tells you everything you need to know. Some people will not allow you to go into a club just because you're a foreigner. This has happened to me. I wanted to go to club with some of my friends just because we are black. They didn't allow us to go into the club. There was no justification. That was the only reason. And there are so many people that have similar experiences. If I'm lying, let me know in the comments. If you had a similar experience with what I'm telling you, let me know in the comments. And this is not even about being black. As long as you're a foreigner, you will face discrimination. If you are Arab, if you are, Asian, as long as you don't look Western, you will face discrimination. Even Westerners, as long as your name is different, it's not a German name, you might never get an apartment because landlords will discriminate if your name is not German. That's just the truth. It exists. So I will not come here and paint a story or paint a picture that doesn't exist. It does exist in Germany. However, come with an open mind. Okay? Come here with an open mind. Show love to people. Let people understand that you are also another human being. Even though you know at the back of your mind that there's a high chance that you might face this, which you will, but still come with an open mind. Just make sure that you are being a law-abiding citizen and you are doing everything within your power to contribute to the society, and you'll be fine. So my honest advice is, when you are coming to Germany, try as much as possible to learn German and be as fluent as possible. Now, it's not going to completely eradicate it, but at least it's going to help you in some situations. In fact, it's going to help you in a lot of situations. If you can speak fluently, if you can speak German, they will help you. Secondly, know your rights. Try as much as possible to know your rights. Germany has a very strict law against discrimination. So know your right. When you face discrimination in any way and you can prove it, then of course you can call a lawyer or you can sue whoever is treating you or whoever is discriminating against you. Point number 5 is Sundays are for rest. If you need to get groceries on Sundays or you need to buy something in the supermarket, well, sorry, almost everywhere is locked on Sundays because Germany prioritizes this, work-life balance. They really believe in it a lot. So except for maybe gas stations and some restaurants, but extremely very, very few are always open on Sundays. Every other place is locked. But I have to say this, that Germany is an amazing country with a lot of opportunities. But knowing these things ahead of time can save you from stress and frustration. So if you're planning to move to Germany, prepare yourself for the realities and it will help you to settle down faster. And speaking of settling down faster, if you want to know what it takes to get a full-time job in Germany, click on this video right here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.